I'm Zoo.
I'm Dan.
We are in the Atlantic Ocean for the first time.
And these are our boys.
Louis and Pepe.
I can say he got himself out.
In October 2021, we moved out of our van.
And into a sailboat.
But before we can see the world,
We've got to clean her up.
It's looking a lot better.
fix her up,
And learn to sail and navigate.
so we have a big year ahead.
Full of challenges, opportunities, adventures, and surprises.
And that's just the beginning.
So here are the beginnings of what will hopefully be decent replacement cushion covers for the existing cushions that the boat came with. As you can see, they're really old, they're torn up, and they're made out of vinyl, which is not fun to sit on.
The last time I sewed anything on a sewing machine was in high school when I took a sewing class. I have some vague memories of some things and terms, so I've been doing lots of YouTube video watching to make some pretty basic box cushions. So I've cut the fabric for cushion 1 of 10. I've threaded my machine. I guess all I can say now is wish me luck that this isn't a complete disaster, but maybe the start of a little side hustle. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just make one cushion. I think I know what I'm doing. It works really, really well.
Shape and foam, nice.
While I got to sewing, Dan got to work on our dinghy, which we have christened Always Friday. What are you getting ready to do?
Getting ready to do anything. I'm actively patching some small holes in our tender, our dinghy, so that we can salvage it and use it for a few more years.
And you cleaned it?
Yes, I've cleaned it, prepped it. I'm now applying glue that's time sensitive, so I'll check you later.
I think he's telling me to go away. So what do we have here, Daniel?
Well, yeah, we just have a new outboard with a lot more horsepower and that actually works, so that we can get bigger loads to the boat and navigate through sketchier conditions. So honestly, partially just more fun, but definitely will be more functional. And trust me, in big nasty water, we'll appreciate this. So the boat's actually rated for a 15 horsepower motor, and you guessed it, this is a 15 horsepower motor.
And we got it on Marketplace.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, delivered, tested, and ready to go.
There she is. I just love her.
Looks good to get her on the water approach.
She's just real pretty.
I'm gonna work on restringing these with fresh line. These are the blocks. These are 3 pulley blocks that there's 2 of on the davit that we use to raise and lower the dinghy, and especially since we just got a larger motor for the dinghy, and the line that was on it was just pretty frayed, and that's just not a problem I want to have to deal with at a weird time. So I'm doing one at a time so that I can stare at the other one, because I have absolutely no idea how these things work, but I certainly can copy what I see over there. What I've done is I've actually cut the old rope out, and I've zip tied the one block on one side of the boat, and the bottom of the rig already has a carabiner, so I've just clipped it here to the safety line, and I'm literally just going to run the rope through, and each time I go through a row of pulleys, I'm going to look at my example, which is still hanging off the davit, make sure that I'm doing it right, and just follow it all the way through. And when I get to the end, which I'll show you, I've got to tie a knot off on an anchor point. The original was like a nicely professionally spliced line that seems unnecessary for this use, so I'm just going to tie a line. In fact, I'm going to use probably a figure 8 or a bowline at the end, and you guessed it, I've got a chart to make sure that I do that correctly, so I'll check in with you in a minute. You know, one cool thing about doing this, as I've learned with all the projects on the boat, even if you could pay someone to do this, you shouldn't. You should do it so that you know how it all works and you can deal with it out there, you know. Literally, this is a fairly simple mechanism, but it looks like freaking, you know, witchcraft when you first look at it. And now I totally get the path, like everything about it. It actually worked really easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach it, lower it all the way down to the boat, and cut my line, and then it should be pretty easy to bang out the second one, and then I'll go ahead and show you finished product in action. Now, the way I run ours is when we're pulling up, I run the line on top of this bar, because what it does is it lines it up with the cams and makes it really, as you're pulling, if you let go, it's just right in the cam. When we lower it, I'll show you, I actually take the rope, pull it all the way through, and lower it from there. But right now, let's raise up. So, lines. I left a lot of extra line because honestly, I just don't know in what weird scenario I might need more. So that's what we got. Coming up. So again, keep in mind, I'm going to do this pretty easily. I'm moderately strong at best. This is a 4-person boat with a 15 horsepower 2-stroke motor on it, 200 pounds at least, and look at the ease we can raise this up. The right side's working easier because the left side is twisted a little bit. twist so that there's no friction on the lines. Yeah. So this motor is new to us today. We went from a 5 horsepower to a 15. And as good as these pulleys are, I can definitely tell the weight difference. You can see it's flexing without it. That might need to be reinforced before we set sail. So that's the racing procedure, and down's even easier. So you're unhooked and you're unhooked. There she goes.
As you can see, I've made my way through most of the cushions. I have 2 cushions left in the salon on the left side here. I'm going to be working on this cushion next. So here are the measurements for this cushion I'm working on today. 38 inches in length, 21 inches in width, and 5 inches in thickness. That is what I want the final cushion cover to be. So I'm adding an inch to each side for 1/2 inch seams. I know some people do smaller seams. I like to do 1/2 inch. It's one of the few things I remember from my sewing class back in freshman year of high school. Okay, so here she is. The second to last cushion. And you know, it's pretty good. Definitely not perfect, but progress, not perfection. It's really windy right now and rainy, so I'm going to hold off on stripping off the old cushion covers and putting in the foam in this one. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. Hopefully the wind will calm down, and so will the rain, and I'll be able to do that.
Safe to say, it didn't, and I wasn't.
Alright, let's get moist.
So wet. But of course we're going to get tacos because
Well, we've been cooped up.
we have been cooped up for a few days now because it's been windy and rainy.
Yeah.
So we're going to our favorite spot. Krabby's. Dockside.
Of all places.
There it is. In the distance. Our first day like this.
Yeah, it's a good. I just replaced the seals on all the hatches in the boat, so it's like finally a day to see if that works. How's it working out? So far, so good. All right. Good thing. Pain in the ass. All right, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Woo!
I'm gonna get the avocado tacos with no cilantro aioli and no cheese.
We eat these a lot.
Not a lot. We're on like a once a week trajectory right now. So they start off simple, nothing but carrot shreds and the fried avocado, which is fried in its own bin. They keep everything separate here, which is amazing for us. But
There's
then-
also cabbage in here, actually, at
there?
the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
But then we modify it by taking some of their coconut rice
Which comes as a side.
as a side. We just spritz it in there. I preloaded with some Cholula.
Yeah, the Cholula does it. And then we ask for that side of pico.
And then bonus pico, do it with a fork so it's not so liquidy.
They're looking good so far, always.
Okay. There it is. Let's see how we did.
Yep.
That's good.
We are in the home stretch of making this cushion. Saturday was really windy, so it was hard to get out here and do the foam part. And then Sunday, as you saw, was really rainy. So since I'm reusing the existing foam, I'm just going to cut off this old cushion cover to make it easier on myself to remove this foam. I'm going to glue these two pieces together with just 3M General Spray adhesive. So the final step before we put the cushion cover on this thing is to glue the batting onto the old foam. I'm doing this for a number of reasons. One, the foam is old, like I said. It's kind of funky, so it creates a nice fresh layer between the foam and the new cushion cover. So that's nice. It also covers up the seams where I glued the pieces of foam together, so it creates one piece of foam. And you know, it rounds out the corners and fills out some of the less perfect edges of the foam, and just makes the cushion cover more taut on the cushion. And you know, it's soft, it's nice, and it's a nice soft layer. It makes the cushions look inviting, I think. Using the electric kitchen knife to cut the foam is definitely satisfying, but nothing quite beats walking down to the trash cans to throw away these awful cushion covers. Pretty fun. Bye! See you never again. So, this is the moment we've all been working towards, is to put this cushion cover on this cushion. Okay. Here it is. Done.
I've got Strava on so we can see what the maximum speed is. For safety, you need to know that. If there's pirates, we need to know what we can run.
Yes, absolutely. What's he doing, Pepe?
Also, did you see my new rig?
I did. Looking good. Don't get hit by the catamaran.
So one of the benefits of having a full-size dinghy with a larger horsepower motor on it is it's possible that while at anchor or other situations where the boat, our sailboat, were to completely lose power, steerage, or any control, to be able to lower the dinghy in the water and somewhat manage the boat with the dinghy, that's just another safety aspect. So that's me wrapping up why we put all that effort into the dinghy. We need the dinghy to explore islands, to get in and out of mooring balls and anchorage and get supplies. but also we might need it for safety. And I'll tell you this, if any pirates attack us and their boat goes slower than 31 miles an hour, we're good.
Why, hello there.
Hey, whoa, look how good this is.
Yeah, all the cushions are finally done. This side and that side. Louis approves, as you can see. He's into it. In all, I ended up making 11 cushion covers, including the nav station and the entire salon. They were all a little bit different. They had different size variations, different shape variations. So I had to approach each one like a new project. I'm honestly pretty surprised at how well they turned out, especially since going into this I had a lot of misgivings. So if anything, I hope that watching us take on this project encourages you to consider doing it as well, especially if you've been thinking about it. I know it gave us a lot of flexibility with how we wanted things done, and it definitely saved us a lot of money doing it ourselves. I also think taking on this project was good practice for everything else that still needs to get sewn on this boat. The top deck cushions need to be completely redone. I'm even contemplating redoing the Dodger, but we'll see. That's some next level stuff, so that might be a pipe dream. But so is this, so who knows. Now that we've redone these cushions, we're also using the salon a lot more. It's a lot more comfortable in here. The cushions are cozier, and they're just a lot nicer to look at. Taking some naps on them. They're great for that. And the cats definitely love them.